Zone 3 for me, of course, where I belong, where I live all week. Now, if you remember on Saturday, we had a very, very narrow band going up from this player on the right shirt, all sort of up in that direction there, very narrow. I know what caught me out. When I look at his eyes there, as much as I think I'm in the right place, I guessed from previous photos that some of the judges would go much more vertical, and some would go sort of over further to the left of mine, so hopefully mine would be in the middle. That was the idea. It's thrown me this week because the winning cross is that much further left than mine, which is about, I would say, the very outer boundary of where they could possibly go. However, for that to be there, then some of the judges must have gone further over here to balance it out. Now, to me, that doesn't make sense because he's not looking over here. But we'll come to that in a minute when we look at the judges' crosses. So, yeah, that's what I am, Zone 3, and probably about exactly halfway between the edge of Zone 2 and the edge of Zone 4. But nevertheless, Zone 3 is the standard, isn't it, for many of us? I suppose it's the biggest area, nearest the winner. But anyway, that can't be helped, can it? Let's have a look at the judging to see indeed what they did do. What they did do. Well, as you can see here, 8 judges. They're all still in at the moment. So if we look at this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around this sort of area. One up there, one over there, one over there to the left, which is highlighted. That one there, now I've already looked at the results because the results come in hours ago this afternoon, but I was on my work laptop and I couldn't switch over, so I couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't make a video early today, I'm afraid. So I looked at the winners video. I watched that. That was very good. Nurse lady, what? And who's the other lady with Christian? Is that his wife? I know he's recently got married. Seems a nice lady, but I haven't seen previous ones, so I don't know where she suddenly appeared from. A welcome addition, though. I just don't know who she is, or what was the purpose of bringing in a second presenter. That's unusual, and it was unnecessary, but doesn't affect me in any way. I'm just asking the question. But yes, this crossover here, I thought they haven't. But I thought they would have taken this out because with the majority of them being up here and this making more sense, I thought they would have taken that stray one out over on the left over there. But they didn't. This is the final result. They've left them all in. Which surprised me a bit because there's no way that this guy in the right here is looking that far to the left. So that, of course, has pulled that one and that one up there as well. Has pulled this winning cross further over to the left. So that's what got me. That's how I lost this week, was because of this one over here pulled it much further over to the left, which possibly at a stretch would fit in with his right eye. I don't know, but certainly doesn't fit in with this player. But yeah, what caught me out was I thought some of them, even though I might not have agreed with it, I thought some of them would have gone up much steeper up here and pulled it over to where I was. No, not to be. Can't be helped. So that's the winning cross that they stuck with. Anyway, let's have a look at this week's picture. So that's what I am. There's my first cross of the week. Whether it be good or bad, who knows? Why did I put it there? Why did you go there, Mart, you knob? Well, actually, yesterday when I looked at this picture, I was much further to the right and much higher up. And then the more I looked at it, and I thought, this guy here on the left-hand side, he looks a bit cross-eyed or blind. But I don't think he's the referee. So I thought it's got to be relatively close to him, or closer than I originally was then. So I came down a bit, and I still think, looking at this guy on the right, it might be sort of higher. And I might still go back up a little bit higher. But this sort of angle of his head sort of, that looked okay to me there. I still think it might be higher, but like I say, it's my first one of the week. But this guy, His eyes are looking in like different directions. But if I draw from there up through mine, it is feasible. Like I said, the way his eyes were sort of looking in sort of slightly different directions, I thought it's got to be relatively close. If it was further away, his eyes would look the same. So if I'm going to go higher, I'm going to have to follow those lines and go further to the right. Sort of, follow the same path. That's for me. I can't just go vertical up there, otherwise it wouldn't fit in with this guy's eyes. So I'm going to have to follow it up to that sort of right arm path. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to look at it a bit longer and think to myself, well, will some of the judges go further down? Because if some of them go closer to him, which they may well do, as bonkers as it might sound, they may well do, and then some of them will go higher. So will that be the central point? Because that's the whole aim, is to, where do we think the judges, what do we think the judges are going to do? So there we are. That's my first cross of the week. That's 16101268. So I'll put that in the comments as a first comment. And hope we have a winner this week. Right, let's have a look at Revcomps. Before I go through this as well, if you remember, we had, was it Joe Gurney? Won a couple of times in a row last month. He won 2 nights running. Well, it's happened to somebody else this month, or this week. Because Sunday, 18th of May, Peter Corby, in the auto draws, won a 1999 Honda Fireblade CBR 900RR with low odds. Low odds probably meant the tickets are a bit dearer. I don't know what they were, 20 quid, 30 quid, who knows. So that was Sunday, 18th, with ticket number 021, which turned out to be quite lucky for him, because last night, the following night, on Monday the 19th of May, he won the Golf 2-litre GTD in the live draw with ticket number, the last one was 021, this one's 5521. So Peter Corby from Royston, your lucky number seems to be 21. And he didn't buy a lot of tickets, because I looked at the entry lists, and I can't remember which way round it was now, but I think he bought 2 on the bike. I'm going to say 2 on the bike because they were low odds, so the tickets would have been dearer, so he'd have probably bought less. And he bought 3 on the golf. So he hadn't maxed out, like 10 tickets, 20 tickets, whatever. He bought 2 on one and 3 on the other. So that is genuinely lucky. That's not a, throw loads of money at it because I've got plenty. That was a genuinely lucky couple of wins. That they always seem to come in 2s and 3s, don't they, when people win. Anyway, going back to what we got. So Thursday's draw, if you remember, I haven't done hard about some of the others, but I only went for this in the end, and just won just to be in it for the £70,000 cash alternative. Then they added some more then for next Monday. And I did do a couple on here. I did one on this, Honda NSX, because it's 85 grand cash alternative. I done one on this Skoda Octavia. It's the VRS, but it's the diesel, so it's much better on fuel than the petrol VRSs ever were. And it's only 4999 tickets, so I got one on there. And it's a 24 reg, so it's still in the warranty. And to round it up to 20 quid's worth, it's 1991. I had one on this Polo GTI. I do like these. I would have preferred a manual in a little Polo. It would have been more fun. This is the DSG Auto. Here we are. That's what I've done for those 3 on thing next Monday. Auto draws. This one's tonight, so this one's already done. Don't bother buying tickets on this, guys. I'm already winning this one. That's a dead cert. I got a couple on this diesel BMW Estate for tomorrow's draw, and I did do some back last week when this first popped up on this Golf SE. It's the 1.5 turbo petrol. So I had a few on there. I haven't done one on this Bentley because it was 40,000 tickets. I haven't yet. I still might do, but I haven't yet. I do like that as well. I mean, I haven't passed my test, but there's a Yamaha MT125. I like that. Still, it's £5.5 quid a ticket. so that's not one of the cheapies. Although it's only 1,500 tickets. Anyway, you're waffling now. What else was I going to say? Oh, I actually did one on the Rolex, because when I bought these tickets for today, uh, I ended up with £2.98 credit. And when I had a quick look around, there's a watch, Rolex watch there which ends today at 10 o'clock, same time as the Fiesta. And that's got £11,000 cash alternative, and it was £2.97, a penny less than I had in credit. I thought, go on, Mark, go on, do it, do it. So I did. So I got one, and I very rarely buy them on the watches, but I thought, yeah, bugger it, I'll do one on a Rolex as well. So that's it from me. Let me know you got on, because that was much further left. I mean, I know a lot of you would have played, and we only had, I think it was 8 coordinates on Saturday, and they were all in a straight line. None of them were anywhere near that winning cross, but some of you that didn't submit a cross might well have been, near that winning cross. So let me know if you were, and leave a coordinate for Saturday, and we'll do another one and see what people are thinking. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the week, everybody, and good luck.